Welcome back to the channel Trading Simplified. I'm a trading enthusiast and love to simplify trading. To get started, just a reminder that I'm not a financial advisor and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Alright, so on today's episode I want to talk about PLTR. You can see my current call position. I'm down 6%, $26 on this call option. Alright, so looking at the chart of PLTR, it has really sold off. It was at a high of $29, sold off down to $25, went back up to $29. I bought the call option around here when it was around $25 or $24, in between that range. Hit a low on Friday at 23, and really what's happening is you have the infrastructure bill that is really causing problems, that's making it so it doesn't matter if it's really a fundamental issue with the company, it's really what's going on in the actual world that's causing people to sell off and be afraid of the market. So for the first time we're seeing, you can see here that basically with Biden and the infrastructure bill, him and Nancy Pelosi trying to get this deal done, and he's saying it doesn't matter if it takes 6 minutes, 6 days, or 6 weeks, they're going to get the deal done. Now, it's not as easy as that. This might take actual weeks, and this is going to cause a lot of volatility in the market. This is something you should be considering, and this is why when I bought these call options, my PLTR call options don't expire until June of 2022, so that's why I started off, get the feet wet, just get one in on the dip, and if I want, I can sell it, but my goal is just to hold on to it for a while. I mean, I feel like I have about 6 to 12 months realistically to see where PLTR goes, so that makes me feel very comfortable about what's going on. Now, of course, you always want to get the cheapest price possible, but it really is impossible to time the low unless you're just going to be day trading it. So we'll see where it goes, but this is definitely going to be something that is going to be making the market be more bearish than bullish. And just to put things into context, when you look at, I'm trying to find the overall market index over here. When you look at the markets, you can see that it's starting to pull back. It was up here as high, right up here, 1.87. Now it's down to 1.5%. So stock market's really been pulling back now just because of this indecisiveness, and they're not sure. And the market never likes things that are unsure. They want to know, where the market's heading. So the massive sell-off here. We bought around here. We're hoping that we get a nice, upstream coming soon. It looked like PLTR was showing life on Friday, but I'm really not sure if that was just because of day trading and they just boosted back up from that 23.8 up to the 24. I think Monday and Tuesday are really going to be our telltale sign of what's really going to happen with PLTR. Because if you zoom out and you look at, let's just say, the 6 months. Oh, this looks terrible with all this. Hold on. So you zoom out and you can, there we go. You can see that PLTR is bullish. In the 6 months, it went from $19 all the way up to $27, back down to $21, all the way up to $29. But the trend is going up, which is nice. So hopefully we got close to the bottom. See a little bit of green here, but not a lot of volume. So it's really like a gamble at this point. We're really not sure. That's why when I buy these call options, I try to buy them out with a lot of time so I don't have to sweat. If it doesn't move in a month, it's okay. So that's what we're looking for. And then if we're looking at the 1 month, it is just straight bearish coming down. I'm trying to see if I can draw at least some kind of, there's no arrow I can really draw because we don't really know where it's going to go from here. So it's really just going to come down to where we got to see what happens this week opening them up. But if we get good news with that infrastructure bill getting passed, and good news because anytime money's getting pumped into the market, it's free money. So people are going to use that money, invest into the market. I think another stock that we could be looking into potentially is NEO. And NEO, Biden loves the clean energy, the electric vehicles, and that makes a big difference because if this infrastructure bill gets passed, they're easily going to, like NEO is going to just go up to the moon. I mean, it's been literally sitting and consolidating at this $34 to $35 mark, and it hasn't broken yet. It is a critical time for it. I mean, you look at the 6 months, and just to put it into better perspective, you can see that the last support for NEO, the next leg down, if it does break this $35, is going to be around 31 to $32, as low as $30.70. And then if things get super bad and like they're still just taking so long to make this decision on what they're going to do with this infrastructure bill, if it doesn't get passed, you're going to see NEO drop way below $30. It's going to be coming down to like $25, $20. So a little bit more of a riskier play, these two, PLTR and NEO, but I like to buy the call options ahead of time. And while the market's getting shaky, hoping that we can get a nice bounce back up and then I can sell them for a nice profit. So we'll see what happens. And one more stock I want to bring up, which I just noticed, is Rocket. So Rocket Mortgage, they lend loans for everybody. This has really sold off. This went up as high as $42. It's down to $15 a share now. And it's going to take a minute because I haven't looked at this chart actually. So I'm just going to really just analyze it for a second. And we're going to look at the 5-year. And looking at the 5-year, where is the low on this thing? This thing opened, I guess if we go to the year of it, yeah, the max, it opened at $18 a share. I'm sorry, $16. $16 a share. It's back to where its IPO price was. So realistically, this thing could just dip and it could just keep going. But let's just see what it looks like on an RSI standpoint. So looking at on the 1 to 5 days, it is trading at 19 on the RSI. So, that is very attractive price. It has not been this price in so long. $15.80. And then now it's at $15.86. Now, I would not be buying at these levels, and I love buying at low RSI levels. It's just there's too much uncertainty right now. Unless you're looking to take a position in Rocket long term, I wouldn't be buying right now. But if you see this thing start selling off into 14s, 13s, 12s, it's time to take a position. Because when you buy dips, you want to buy them when they make new lows, not the second time it makes a low. So Rocket Mortgage has already tested 15.8. So I guarantee if you buy it right here, you're gonna have losses. You're gonna take losses because it's the second time that it tried to get that's trying to bounce off 15.8, and it's making newer lows. So it's here. Newer lows here to 15.8, and it's making lower highs to 16.12, then to 15.8, then to 16.10, compared to its 16.15, and now it's coming back down. And once this infrastructure bill gets passed, I think then we'll actually see some green, but it's just something to look into. And Tilray, I got options on them. I bought them around $11, so we'll see. They tested the 10.84 and had a nice bounce back up, but we'll see. They might test it again. It really just, when these things are happening in the news, it's usually stocks are going to sell off, unfortunately. The only one that's surprisingly not selling off is Tesla. Tesla is just holding at $7.75. But just to reiterate, PLTR, I'm bullish on. I'm going to take a risk here. We're just going to hold these call options, see what happens. But once we get that bill passed, I think that's when we're going to see the green light, and the market's going to go bullish at least temporarily until Christmas time, where it sells off at the end of the year. So hopefully it's not just bearish until December now, but we'll find out and see.